Namaste and welcome to today's topic, asana. This is a doozy. This is a big one, guys. Asana is, you've heard it, Adho Mukha Svanasana, Utkatasana, Parsvottanasana, Kundiyanasana, Shirsasana. You hear asana all the time, and you might be wondering, why am I getting this random word barked at me at the end of this foreign tongue constantly? Well, asana is the postures. It's telling you that you're in a meditative or yogic posture, okay? And that's what they were always originated to become. They were always meant to be a meditative posture. Still, comfortable. We'll get to that. Where we get the definition of asana from is it's that famed Yoga Sutras. It's from thousands of years ago, a few thousands of years ago, by the gentleman named Patanjali. So when we get to the second chapter, Sadhana Padaha, he tells us sadhana, the practice, pada, chapter or leg of the book. It needs 4 legs to stand on its own. So that's why pada is used to name the chapters. The Sadhana Pada tells us the Ashtanga rules. So we've already gone over Ashtanga. We've gone over the 8 limbs. Hopefully, and if you haven't, go over and check out that video just so you get a more general understanding of Ashtanga. But we know that what we've taken into the West out of that 8 limbs has been mainly this limb that I'm about to talk about. It's become the one that can make you look fit. It's the one that can make you stand tall for longer. So obviously it has some great benefits. It's going to help you with your digestion, with your respiratory system. It's going to help you with your spinal strength and health, your hip strength and health, your joint strength and health. It's going to help you build your focus and your physical control. It's going to help your dexterity, your athleticism, your hand-eye coordination. It'll help you be able to manage yourself if you ever slip and fall, or if you ever have to pick something up heavy. It goes on and on. Of course, we want to be physically fit, but the asana was never meant to be about physical fitness. And if you look up some pictures of old yogic sages, especially those in India, obviously, where it originated, you're going to notice physical fitness necessarily wasn't the peak of their interests. Especially when we come to realize what the true goal of yoga is, then yeah, it really is one of the lower limbs on the tree. So how can we contemplate this limb? How can we make this limb something that we want to engage on, even if it isn't the physical fitness, the can I touch my toes or stand on my hands or sit in splits? Well, I'm going to tell you. Asana is a necessary, it is a required component of the 8-limb path, because meditation can't be done if you're moving. It can't be done if you're uncomfortable in stillness. It can't be done if you have a boatload of energy and you're really angst and anxious. So originally the asana was meant to fatigue. It was meant to just move your body into a state of surrender, into a state of not where you're not capable of holding yourself upright much longer. And you could find those lengthy stints of meditation, whether in a seated posture, Sukhasana, or one of the lotus postures, Padmasana or Ardha Padmasana, or maybe if you're just laying down flat in that famed Shavasana, the corpse pose. But it was meant to originally, when it was taught in a group setting, it was meant to fatigue and really help these young men to hold their bodies and their minds still on a single topic, on a single posture, on a form, and then really engage in healthy and deep stints of meditation. If it's just something that's done mentally and not physically, then we're not truly balancing that care for this vessel, this temple that we've been gifted. So we need the asana, but now we need to know in what way can we be using it. Well, in a vinyasa, in that high tempo, high difficulty practice, then yeah, we are still probably using it mostly just to keep the mind clear and focused on the goal and the task at hand until that moment of surrender and fatigue and collapse, really. If it's a hatha yoga practice, now we're slower. We're moving so slow, in fact, that even a single posture might become a meditative opportunity. So Hatha Yoga is really going to bring us even more of Patanjali's reference towards that definition of asana. Maybe we're laying still in a yoga nidra and we are able to be completely still. Well, then we're utilizing Shavasana to its truest extent, not sleeping in it, but we're able to use it to its truest extent and enjoy Patanjali's, again, definition of asana. Or maybe it's in Raja, where the postures are a little bit more difficult, a little bit more uncomfortable, but we ourselves create that breath of comfort, that presence in comfort, and that is the mental practice really taking hold and really shining forth. So I've referenced it a few times. Here it is: Stiram Sukham Asanam. Stiram Sukham Asanam. Still, stira, like a statue, stoic, standing, stira. Sukham, sukha is comfortable, and asana we know as the posture or the pose. So what Patanjali is telling us, just in the definition, just in how he defines and describes the pose, is that it must be stira, it must be still. The sukha, the comfort, must be there. So if there's any pain, you're not going to be able to meditate. But also, the body might not always be in the most comfortable position. You might be told to be still in a posture or a position that your body is struggling to sustain. Well, in that case, it's not up to the body being comfortable, it's about the mind being convinced of comfort. So any posture could potentially become stira sukham, so long as you're utilizing your internal practice and, of course, the other 7 limbs. So just like in life, sometimes we might find ourselves in a difficult situation or a difficult circumstance that we can't do anything about. We can't change if we do or do not have to deal with that circumstance. But what we can change is how we approach it mentally, how we react to it. So the asana can take on so much more of meaning than just the movement of the body, the dancing on the mat, the sweating to, some beat, some boom boom, some, club-like playlist. And really it can lead us further into the introspection, much further, when it's truly utilized. And of course, that's what I want you guys always doing within the Purna Yoga Shala. I want you being able to truly and fully utilize each one of the 8-limb path, each one of Ashtanga. So thank you guys for joining for today's lecture, and thank you for joining the school in general. I truly can't tell you how much I appreciate you. Remember, get out there and practice your asana. Have a blessed day. Namaste.